Hi, welcome to my channel, Zen and Fit. Today I wanted to talk about if any of you have grown up with a narcissistic parent and the effects, the impact it has on you as an adult. But before I jump into the video, if you could please do me a favor, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe button. And also if you could share this video with anyone you know of that may be interested in this type of content, that would be much appreciated. On my channel, I do discuss various topics from mental health to also health and wellness and lifestyle topics. Growing up with a narcissistic parent or caregiver, whatever your family dynamic was growing up, can be so hurtful to your overall well-being, your overall soul, your spirit, however you want to describe it. Because narcissistic people can really emotionally tear people down. And so as a child, growing up in an environment like that you didn't ask for, definitely takes a toll on you. It does have an impact on you, on your self-worth, how you view yourself, your confidence level, all of that. It goes hand in hand. Because a lot of times narcissistic people make you question your perceptions of reality. They do a lot of gaslighting. A lot of narcissistic people are known for this, I should say, where they will gaslight you a lot, will make you question things that you're experiencing. For example, maybe you had a narcissistic parent or caregiver that was overly critical of you. And so maybe one day you approach them and ask them, why do they always criticize you and put you down? And instead of them taking any type of accountability or ownership of their behavior, they'll flip it around on you and say, well, you're just so overly sensitive. I have to constantly stroke you to make you feel good. It's like basically you're the problem, not them. And so just imagine if you've been growing up in an environment like that since you were born, especially, where you have somebody who's subjecting you to this type of emotional abuse and tearing you down each and every way. That takes a toll on you. That takes a toll on your spirit. That takes a toll on your overall self-worth, your core beliefs, how you see yourself as an individual. And so a lot of times people who have grown up around narcissistic parents, a lot of times their self-esteem is in the toilet, which is understandable because of what they've been around, what they've been exposed to as far as this narcissistic individual is concerned. A narcissistic parent or a narcissistic caregiver, whoever you were raised by, can take a toll on your mental health. They can cause you to be more depressed, experience anxiety, because think about it, if you're constantly on eggshells around someone who's criticizing you, berating you, gaslighting you, that can be really troublesome, of course, for your mental health. Of course, a lot of people will experience depression or anxiety because of a situation like that. It's understandable given the circumstances, right? And so if you grew up in a household like this, where you recognize that there's some narcissistic traits that this family member, this relative who raised you has, giving yourself some grace, giving yourself some empathy and understanding of why your mental health may be down because of the situation that you grew up in, that you were exposed to at a young age. Because I think it's even more troublesome when a child grows up in a narcissistic household versus a person who, let's say, grows up in a healthy family dynamic, and then let's say they get into a relationship as an adult that's unhealthy, that their partner is narcissistic. I think that that's a totally different situation when you're with a person who is narcissistic in a romantic relationship versus when you've grown up in a household and had a relative or a parent, caregiver, whoever raised you that is narcissistic. It's two totally different situations, because think about it, when you're a child, you're growing, you're learning, and so in your early development, if you've been exposed to emotional abuse, that takes a greater role on your life, on your trajectory, how you view yourself, how you view relationships. And so you may be more prone to abuse as an adult if you have grown up in a household where you had a parent that was narcissistic. Another thing to note, if you grew up with a narcissistic parent, you may have noticed the unhealthy family dynamic that often occurs with narcissistic parents. For example, if you had multiple siblings, maybe, let's say for you, maybe that narcissistic parent treated you as the scapegoat child. And then your other siblings, maybe they were seen as the golden child, that they couldn't do any wrong, that the narcissistic parent always treated well, and versus when it came to you, they treat you horribly. They constantly criticize you, put you down, emotionally abuse you. You may have also noticed that there are enablers to that narcissistic parent, where whenever things are being called out to the floor regarding that narcissistic parent, the enabler is like, oh, well, they didn't really mean it, or they didn't really do anything wrong, or I don't see their behavior as problematic. So there's no accountability. The enabler just continues to basically enable that narcissistic parent to continue behaving the way they are and not seeing it as a problem. For some of you who are listening to this video right now that have grown up with a narcissistic parent, again, giving yourself some grace and empathy and understanding of what you had to go through and what you survived as an individual. You are a survivor, because living with a narcissistic parent is traumatic in itself. It affects your self-worth and everything and how you view the world. And so as you become an adult, reshaping your thought process, how you see things, takes time. It's a journey to reverse all of that damage that you had to endure as a child. So seeking out therapy is going to be really essential for your healing process. Also, finding other forms of support, whether it's social supports, is going to be beneficial for your healing process as well. So I just wanted to make a quick video discussing this if you have ever dealt with a narcissistic parent and the impact it does have on your life. So I look forward to reading any comments you have. And if you could please do me a favor, if you haven't already done so, please hit the like and subscribe button, because that helps me to be able to create more content on this channel. And until next time, take care.